I'm just about to determine whether or not testing apps can actually be a profitable endeavor, so let's find out. In order to do that, the first website we're going to connect to is called betafamily.com, and this is all about testing apps, as you can spot. However, guys, their homepage is going to be tailored for people who want others to test their apps, so that doesn't include us. Instead, what you want to do is get paid to test other apps, and that's why you want to click on this section that says Browse Tests. That is going to take you to this other side of the website where the magic happens. And at this point, they will even display a full list of the different apps available as we speak. Each and every single one of them is going to have different requirements and a different payout rate, so let's explore our options. Remember, this whole process will be done on your mobile device. All of these are apps specifically tailored for mobile devices, so depending on the type of operating system you are using, you want to go for either Android or iOS. And there are all sorts of different categories and niches as well, ranging from healthcare and fitness apps to apps related to finance, education, entertainment, news, and the list goes on. But let's just pick one of them at random and see what kind of requirements we're talking about. Do you need to be an expert in any field of activity? Do you need to be some sort of tech wizard? Well, it doesn't seem to be the case, because if we go to the test page, we can actually see their requirements right away, and they are very transparent about the whole thing. There's gonna be a $5 reward for testing this app in particular, and when it comes to the requirements, they are open for everyone. They have no gender or age requirements, they have no restrictions when it comes to that, and so you can even test it if you're under 18 years of age. However, they do have some location-based restrictions. In other words, you need to live in either the United States or Canada to test this one in particular. But that is not the case for every app. So let's just go back and pick another one at random. Let's go for this one that is all about healthcare. As you can see, this is an AI-based app that helps you easily track your heart performance. And so the concept sounds pretty good to me. And as you can spot, just as mentioned before, there are no restrictions when it comes to the gender or age, and they do accept people coming from all corners of the world. And so even if you don't live in the United States or Canada, you should still be able to give it a test and get paid for your small contribution. So that goes to show that virtually anyone on earth can find some opportunities here. However, truth be told, you will certainly find more offers if you happen to be based in a top-tier country. I'm talking about Canada, the United States, and perhaps Australia. I'm sure there are a few other ones as well. But even if you don't, you should still be able to find a few offers every now and again so you can make an extra buck quite easily. And again, we're talking about all of these apps in all sorts of niches, so you will certainly never get bored. That is for sure. Here's another one that focuses on people coming from the United States or Australia, and unlike the other ones, this is specifically tailored for Android devices and not iOS devices. So you want to pay attention to that and make sure it is available in your country, you belong to the specific age group they are looking for, and it's also available on the device you are currently using. But I'm sure you can take care of that. But now guys, I don't want to bore you with the sign-up process and drag this out. I'm gonna keep things very simple and straightforward. All in all, I think that Beta Family is a great option if you're looking to test apps, but it is certainly not the only one. Let's just say that for some reason, you're not really able to find a lot of apps to test. You quickly go through them, and now you're left over with no other options, so you cannot make any more cash even if you wanted to, even if you had the time. Well, let's connect to a different platform, and this one is called usertesting.com. A very similar one is called Userfeel, and these two work in a very interesting way. You see, instead of having to test mobile apps, you're actually going to test the websites. You're going to conduct so-called usability tests, where you're basically following a given scenario. You have a list of requirements that you have to go through, and you're going to record the screen of your computer while completing the task. Let me show you a clear example. It's really straightforward. There's even a whole tutorial video that you can watch over at userfeel.com. You want to switch over to this section that says Get Paid to Test, and then there is a 4-minute tutorial you can watch for free. But I'm going to summarize it for you so you don't have to waste the time. To put it very simply, this user has just got a list of requirements. They have to browse through an e-commerce store and place an order. They're just acting as a regular customer who's looking to purchase one of these items, right? So they have to search for it first, and then find the specific item they are looking for, then they're going to add it to their cart, and eventually go through the other steps of the process that a regular customer would go through, picking the size, picking the colors, and all that good stuff. And so the whole purpose of this process, of this testing process, is determining whether or not there are any bugs that could be fixed. You see, let's just imagine this. Let's say you personally have a website where you are selling items online. It can be an e-commerce store, it can be a website where you're selling a digital product, whatever it is. You don't want it to have any bugs. You want people to go through the whole process smoothly without encountering any issues. And on top of that, you want everything to be very user-friendly and streamlined. You don't want people fidgeting around and not being able to purchase the items, because that will eventually decrease your conversion rate and you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So I hope that is clear enough. That is exactly why these advertisers, these website owners, are willing to pay several dollars for every single test. We're talking about $3 to $30 per test, and it shouldn't take more than 5 to 60 minutes of your time. You can either perform it on your computer, tablet, or smartphone, depending on the requirements of the test, and all you gotta do is read the instructions and perform the tasks. However, guys, what I love about Userfeel.com in particular is that they also have a list of things you should do and things you should not. For instance, you shouldn't just say that everything is okay. And you shouldn't just show off how good you are at completing the task, because that is not what this is all about. The process is about finding bugs and pointing that out, and perhaps even suggesting solutions, and not just showing off how good you are with the website and how quickly you can solve everything. That is not going to help. On the contrary, it is actually going to damage your score, damage your profile, and that's not going to be beneficial in the long run. So what you want to do is perform the required tasks according to the scenario, provide actual useful comments and feedback, and thoroughly answer each and every single question. You don't just want to power through them. You want to continuously explain what you are doing and why. But I'm sure you guys can do it. And by the way, if you're wondering whether or not you need any special equipment to get this done or any expertise, you don't. And in fact, they are actually quite clear about it. Take a look at this. In order to become a tester, all you gotta do is register by entering in your credentials and then take the qualification test. Once that is done, you can start completing the tests. And you don't need any equipment. All you need is to have a device that is using Windows 7 or a newer operating system than that, but most devices will qualify. And you also need to have a microphone. If you're using a laptop, then your internal built-in microphone should do the job. However, if you're using your desktop device, if you're using your computer, then you may want to purchase a $2 microphone because you would need one. However, you don't need to get yourself a Blue Yeti or any studio level equipment. Any microphone should do. And again, Userfeel is just one of the options you have. User testing is a very similar one, and there are actually quite a few very similar websites out there that you can give a try to. They are free to use, you don't have to pay anything upfront, there are no subscriptions, no hidden fees, and you can start getting paid by testing out websites. Again, at this point, we've got two different methods we can implement. We can either test mobile apps on Beta Family, or you can test websites on User Testing or Userfeel. But I'm gonna take it one step further, and I'm gonna provide you guys with an even better option. For those of you who are actually passionate about playing video games, what if I told you you can actually play video games and test them out before they are publicly released on the market? You're gonna be among the first ones to ever try them out. In order to do that, you wanna connect to Mistplay.com. Again, this is a mobile app. Unfortunately, it is only available for Android devices right now, but I'm sure they're working on an iOS version too. And this is where you can discover games you love and earn rewards for playing, and I'm not even kidding. You don't have to take my word for it. We're actually gonna take a look at the reviews. Now, to put it very simply, you get to discover games that are specifically tailored for you according to your preferences, so you will actually have a good time while playing them, and then you get to earn rewards for that. You get to redeem Amazon gift cards, Google Play gift cards, or you can just send your profits straight over to your PayPal. And if this figure on their website is legit, they've given away over $35 million to their users so far in prizes. Again, if that is genuine, if that figure is accurate, then there is a lot of money on the table. And to keep you incentivized and active, they're even gonna have these weekly prizes where you can get yourself a $400 gift card or even a PlayStation. So guys, it goes without saying that this is a great way to make some extra cash online. It is certainly gonna be a fun process. And just as promised, we're also gonna take a look at what other people have to say about it. When it comes to Mistplay, it's got a great rating on Google Play, 4.3 stars out of 5, and that is based on over 300,000 reviews. It's also got over 10 million downloads, so this is certainly not just some shady app that nobody has ever heard of. It's certainly a genuine platform. And now, I wish I could point out what the best method is, but I cannot. And quite truthfully, it depends on you. You're the one who calls the shots here. If you want to test mobile apps, I would suggest that you connect to Beta Family and do that. If you're interested in websites and usability testing, you may want to pick Userfeel or User Testing. Or ultimately, if you want to test video games, then Mistplay is the best option you've got, as far as I know. So I'm gonna leave that up to you. But what is for sure is that you have 3 different methods, and you can certainly pick at least one of them and give it a try. That's it for now, and thanks for watching.